Nestled between Black Friday and Cyber Monday is Small Business Saturday, spotlighting the nation's 28 million small shops, which play such important roles in our local communities. Maria Contreras-Sweet, the administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration, joins us now to talk about how this year some very big companies are providing incentives for consumers to shop small. Hello, Maria. So great to have you here.
I'm delighted. I've been tracking you for a while.
Oh, well, we're so happy to have you here talking about small businesses because they're so important. And this, of course, is the 7th year of Small Business Saturday. What's the goal?
Can you imagine, Tanya, first of all, having served on Obama's cabinet and representing small businesses, the innovators, the job creators? And so what we're trying to do here is, as we've traveled the country, what they need is access to markets. And so we're so proud that American Express has leaned forward with the U.S. Small Business Administration, and together we're promoting Small Business Saturday. And so we do urge people to remember the small businesses, to go to their corner restaurant, to dine small, to go to the local boutique, to shop small.
It's so great. So American Express, also Uber, two big companies that are urging people to shop small this year. What do these big companies get out of it?
You know, honestly, I'm really impressed because we've actually had a whole slew of technology companies. We know that for small business permitting, hiring, you know, we are the CEOs, the Chief Everything Officer. And so what we need is help. And so we've put together what we call Small Business in a Box. And so it's been from Microsoft to Google, all of the technology companies have come together to help us start small businesses in a day. So you can get your employees instantly, you can find your marketing strategies, your sales force. So all these technology companies are offering a boatload of resources. So I urge people to go to sba.gov to learn about the Small Business Technology Coalition.
Absolutely. That sounds fantastic. So they're helping people start their own small businesses. That's great. Now, you guys also, for Shop Small Saturday, you also have a website, correct? Shopsmall.com, where people can find out who among their local merchants they should look for things, right?
You know, Tanya, I'm so pleased that SBA has resource partners throughout the country, meaning places where veterans and women and all small business owners can go to learn about how to start to scale their business. And so these resource partners are teaming up with their local communities. And so we have signs up all over the country on main streets just saying, come on in, you're welcome, shop small, you know, and people are joining us. This is the best year ever. We're going to have a great turnout.
That's fantastic. And it's really making a difference, correct? You have some data from Shop Small Saturday last year from 2015 that shows the numbers increase every year of people who go out on Saturday. And
you know, over 80% of people who know about this day are committed to going to finding a local store. And what we find is that once you find a local store that you love in your local neighborhood, you're more apt to return. And so it all inures positively. Imagine, today small businesses are creating 2 out of 3 new jobs.
So great, yeah.
And I love that millennials are coming back to the main streets and creating these renaissance, these wonderful experiences. And I'm so proud that as a result of the programming that SBA has put on under President Obama, we now have record lending, record contracting, and record investments. When people come to SBA and find the panoply of resources, we're able to help them grow. And the stories, you know, when you think of FedEx, we started them. When you think of AOL, Qualcomm, Ben & Jerry's, I could go on and on about all the companies that SBA was able to start in their nascent journey.
Was Chobani one of them?
Chobani was one.
What great success stories. Those are fabulous to hear. Now, what is the state in general of small businesses today? And when you speak with small business owners, what do they say are the biggest challenges they feel that they're facing?
You know, they always want access to capital. And so after the recession, banks tightened up. In some respect because they took such a hit, and other because regulators started clamping down. And so the SBA comes in as a guarantor. So if you are about to be turned down and you ask about an SBA loan, some people have a wealthy uncle. We're Uncle Sam. Yeah. And so access to capital. The other question that you and I were talking about earlier is this question of how to reach global markets. You know, when you think of Mark Zuckerberg and when he started his, or Brian Chesky, or, you know, any of our good friends, Wayne, you mentioned at Uber, all of these people, when they started their businesses, they didn't say, I'm going to start a business for Palo Alto, you know, or for Santa Monica. They started businesses for the world to advance humanity.
Right.
And so what we're trying to do is pass trade agreements that make sense. And for the first time in our world's history, we have been able to get a small, medium enterprise chapter into the present trade agreement that's being
great.
debated. And so we think that now is foundational, and going forward we'll be able to help small businesses access markets abroad. We just landed from Ireland. We just came in.
Oh, that's great.
And to meet people there who want to do business with our small businesses here, how do we team them up so that they can go after and compete against?
So it's not just the big companies that get to get their hands into international trade. You can get the small companies working as well. That's great.
That's exactly right.
All right. Well, don't forget, shop small this Saturday,
Shop
right?
Small Saturday, right after Thanksgiving. Get your family together and then dine small. Go take a break, take a nice lunch break, and visit your local pub or tavern and have a nice burger and beer at a
and help
small,
your
locally
local
owned
community. It's such great advice. Thank you so much, Maria Contreras-Sweet,
Always good to see
for
you.
that.